Take two. Okay. I'm just going to play the game because the technology is against me today. Razion Ex recently released on Nintendo Switch. Previously indie developed by NG Dev for Neo Geo. And there's a little bit of controversy around them releasing this game. And basically asking people to put the game on eBay, but we won't get into that because the game's far more important than the politics. That's a really good game. I recently sent a review of it to Graham Pike for the initial shoot, sir. I should be focusing on the game and not just talking. But yes, a very cool little game. And, graphics aren't quite as sharp as I would like. Granted, they are stretched. But I mean, when you see what I know, M2 and Hamster are probably a bit bigger than NG Dev, but what they can do with the retro games and how they port them onto modern consoles. However, the game controls incredibly well. It's a lot of fun, especially when you concentrate, which I am not doing. There we go. Great. I'm not even pressing to see if it's coming up. There we go. I am getting sound. You have to pause it to turn the sound off now. Welcome. No, don't unpause it. Ah! Well, I'm going to run out of credits very quickly because I am not focusing on the game. It's all good. Just, there was quite a lot of hype, a lot of people trying to get the hold of this game, so I thought I'd put some actual footage and can actually talk about it with some of the chat. If anyone decides to turn up, I know it's been a bit of a on-off, which hasn't been very helpful. I usually stream via my PS5, which is extremely smooth, and anyone that's recently seen a recent video on the YouTube channel has seen that I spilt a drink on my MacBook Pro, so it's not operating as well as it was before. And that is part of it, unfortunately. There you go. So yes, this is Razion Ex on the Switch. And when I'm eventually done, this will switch over to Cotton, which I've been playing for a few months now. It's a lot of fun. I know it's only just come out over here in Europe, but the game has actually been out for some time. We just get everything lost. Also, the music is very good on this game, very spot on. Yeah, it's a good game, I like it a lot. Would it be in my top 10 games of all time? No. But it's definitely worth a play. See, if I didn't have to pay a scalper for this, I would have just given it away in an issue of Shoot Sir. But not the price that we're paying for it. Oh, and unlike my PS5, it won't read out the chat. But I will read, if anyone bothers to come along. Yeah, OBS was playing up, and then I couldn't get my game capture to work, but it is now. Hopefully it doesn't freeze, but there we go. Again, focus. I was about to talk about the mechanics. So as you can see, you've got your standard shot. You see that little red bar at the bottom that I can't see because I've got a massive camera in front of me, which doesn't help me playing as well. See, I've got a three-way widespread shot there. If I press the B button like this, it fires a single powerful shot. Then it weakens your main shot until that bar powers up. And you can pick up all the cubes. They're not just there for score, I think they're also there to speed up. Powering up with the bar as well. Yeah, the maneuverability around the screen, that's a bad time to fling it around. It's all very well done in terms of controls, how it plays, which is very important. Because sometimes you can get indie games and they just don't control quite as well. But you won't find that here, the controls are very tight. I really like the soundtrack, the music is really good. There we go. The colour of the ship you're using indicates the difficulty that you're playing on. It's easy, this should be on normal. There's easy, normal and hard to begin with. Focus where the camera is doesn't help. Right, stop chewing now as well. It's 3 things at once. So this game is on Nintendo Switch, as I mentioned, previously released on Neo Geo. If you are after a copy, buy one now because they're already silly expensive. But I got myself in a corner there. But they will only go up in... You fool! They will only go up in price because there was only a limited amount that were published. It would be fantastic if NG Dev eventually bring this onto digital copy, then everyone else can play it and they can make more money out of it. Especially since the low price they were selling the games for and the amount of money the scalpers are making out of it. You know, they should make more money out of it really for themselves. I think people would rather pay NG Dev. I thought I had it then. As in, I thought I was going to die. Top right is the boss's life. I'm not doing well at all here, unfortunately. But it's so hard to talk and play, and half of my screen is taken up by the camera and the microphone. So it's fairly... A lot of people are comparing it to something like Blazing Star. And you can see why. I mean, there's certain elements to it, especially with the water levels and stuff like that. There are levels where you need to really memorize what's going on. It's not quite R-Type, but it's R-Type-like. But there are bits that, yeah, you have to play through if you just stick it on after a long time like I am. This is the first time I've been playing it for a long time. I don't remember half of it. But, you know. I think actually, when you were at the start on the options, you can... There is a training section for levels and bosses. I'm not really into that. I know people are really, really into that for getting super high scores. But I like to flit in and out of different shooters, so I'll spend some time on one and some time on another. So, but it's the function's there if you want it, which is pretty cool. I don't know about save states and all that. I've not really tried. I don't think it's that complex. I think there's less to it than that. I think it's basically arcade mode and then the training mode. Ah, see, I can't see the bottom of the screen. I didn't even know there was something. If I recall, this is just a really annoying, awkward section. I didn't help myself there, did I? Okay. Just escaped. Ah, stop swinging. Me swinging the analog stick like that. Especially when I go low on the screen and I can't see what I'm doing. Well, that was a waste. Wasted lap. This section, the bit of a pain in the anus. Yeah, overall an enjoyable game if you can get hold of it. That's going to be much fun. There we go. Trying to think what score I gave it overall. You might have to download the issue of Shoot You Sir when it comes out to see what score I gave it. But it's a solid game. I mean, again, graphically it could be a little bit sharper on the screen. The direct coming out looks alright actually, so it doesn't look too bad on this little screen. It looks good undocked on the Switch, but as soon as you stick it on the TV you'll notice a huge difference. It makes sense because it's a 2D game, there's nothing wrong with that. It's an old 4.3 game I think that they've stretched to widescreen, so you do have to take all that into account really. As far as I'm aware it wasn't full screen, widescreen rather. 16:9. I'm getting slaughtered here, I'm not going to make it past this level unfortunately. I can't see how many continues and whatnot I've got left in lives. Ah. Grim. How am I meant to do this? I can't remember this at all. Oh yes, okay. I'll do better than I thought I would, but I feel like I'm about to die. That was wasted, was it? Oh, look at that. Can I get up under it? Shit, that was a bad time to try that. Got it. I didn't think I was going to get it. I mean, there's a lot of underwater things going on, but it's not like the Darius games in the sense that you're not really fighting fish. They're more spaceships and robots. That I suppose the first boss was a bit like a crab, wasn't it? So they are kind of based on sea life. Razion. Oh, pay attention. Nobody wants to see you in that sloppy playing shmup. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at talking and playing a shmup. I can do it with other games, but the concentration needed for a shmup is far more advanced. There we go. And obviously mentioned Cotton before. We'll do a bit of Cotton after this. Cotton, I've not touched it for a while, but I've had it for a long time since it came out in Japan. And it's only just released over here the last few days. I can see the top, I've got no excuse for that. Just the middle bottom of the screen, I can't. Yes, so when I played Cotton, it was just Cotton and I forgot what the fairy's called. You can only play as those two. Oh, it's a boss, better focus. And then a couple of months ago, just before I met up with Graham again, New Earth and Shoot You Sir, they released 2 more characters, which are a lot of fun, so I might play as those characters actually, rather than Cotton. We shall have to see. And Cotton is definitely quite a traditional playing. Actually, it's a decent playing and decent looking game actually. They've done a really good job with it, and obviously we're getting more Cotton coming out soon, which should be a lot of fun because it is a fun game to play. Yeah, the music in this game is good. Sound effects are pretty good as well. I know they're not quite so boomy, but you are meant to be underwater, so it does work in, you know, in the context of where it's set. So I don't really complain too much. And Fraser Rhodes, the Neo Geo collector, I know that he's a fan of some of the NG Dev games. What is that? Like a giant crab. You've got crabs. Ooh. Oh, got 1 credit left. I thought I was done. Okay, so they're homing. Shuffle those down a bit. There we go. very much aware that I'm now on my last continue, which is not great. I nearly killed myself. Ooh. Got it. What have I got? 1 life left. Does that bode well? Oh, okay, yeah, not seeing the bottom of the screen is going to really make me struggle on this level. So you've got to avoid the asteroids. I just can't see the bottom of the screen. Nice. Ooh! Nearly got caught out there. So yeah, the bullets are obviously stand out really well, and you can't really confuse them with your fire because they're sort of circly and arrowhead shapes and very pink and bright, whereas your shot is more of a yellow. Got me. More of a yellow. Yes, so that's Razion Ex. Very cool game. Check it out. You won't be able to get it for much longer. Well, you will, but the price will just soar up. So hopefully NG Dev will make it digital. So let's switch over. It's Darius HD. But I said I would play some Cotton. So let's do that. Where is it? It's been a while since I played it, clearly. Oh, there it is. Next to Soccer, Brawl and Blazing Star. Okay. Bright. Success. So I did do a review of this in a previous issue of Shoot You Sir. Shoot You Sir is free to download. SLYELESSAR.com/shoot-you-sir. Okay, let's have a look. Who are we playing as? So we're playing as Apley. And it does have the original X68000 game on there. Is that coin? So used to loading screens on a PS5. So this is stage 1. Yes, so anyone not familiar with Cotton, as you can see, it's a horizontal shmup of the Q-map vein. Don't let that fool you, it does get tough. You see all these little crystals and emeralds? You can use those to enhance your shot. But what they actually do when you collect them, they change colour when you shoot them, you can see, is at the bottom right hand of the screen, which I can't see, bottom right, it's the moon. The bottom right of the screen, you see, look, I can't see the screen at the bottom. As soon as I look down, I die. You see various different things where it powers your sort of secondary attacks. So you've got lightning, you've got what has she got? It's been a while since I played it. So she shares the same power-ups as Cotton, but their main attack power looks a bit different. I'll use it in a sec. There you go, that one's like a bomb. So here's a little bomb that she drops. There's lightning. Dragons, she shoots a dragon across the screen with Dragon Flame. That's a pretty cool attack, actually. Yeah, it feels odd not playing as Cotton herself, but it's cool. It's always fun using a different character on a shmup as well. Right, boss. So you can see at the bottom his life's there. Get a dragon? No. Ooh, also shoots lightning. I'm going to struggle playing shmups with the camera that low down. Lightning, there we go. Across the screen. In the review I named it all properly. It's just as you play, it's a lot harder. Dragon, there you go. Nearly got it. There is a normal bomb button somewhere, I can't remember what button it was, it sort of clears the screen. Tea time! These are just picking up bonuses, the red ones are worth more obviously, as you can imagine. Nice, missing them. Missing all of them. Oh my god. There we go. Welcome anyone, feel free to type in the chat, I'll read it out. There we go. It's got a very gothic look to it. I think that Apple's shot's so huge when it's powered up like this, you can't appreciate the background like you can with Cotton's. So Cotton's attack stream is nowhere near as wide a spread as that. So I suppose if you're new to the game, Apple's probably a lot easier to use in that sense. Well, misfired that dragon. Wasted lad. You got all manner of sort of European gothic come anime creatures in this. And Cotton herself looks like a has like a magician's cloak on it. Oh, the stage boss. The music on this game is good as well. It suits it. You get some sort of slightly more cheesier sounds, and there's a couple of stages where it's just really good, really amps it up for the atmosphere. Shoot you, sir! I really like the background in this level. Yeah, look. You have to stop shooting because their shot just covers everything. So they both got a sidekick character with them that gets little extra attacks with them. So Apple's got the hat, I can't remember what it's called. And Cotton's got Silk, which is a fairy. But you can also play as the hat or as Silk. So you actually have 4 characters you can play as, which is most welcome. Single player game though. But let's face it, most people play shmup single player. It's very rare. It's much harder to play 2-player. But I have done it with Graham on the channel. Go check it out. Going from Shutisa. They are releasing the Saturn Cotton games very soon. Yeah, I need those power-ups. So the only thing I'd say with the bosses in this game is the animations and things are cool, but they don't look as great as the rest of the game. So obviously it's a 2D game, but how good all the other stuff looks in this game. But then I suppose it makes them look different. They don't just completely blend in. I like the little dog by the grave at the bottom there. Take that. Nice. And I just won't let me pause it. But my chroma key's gone a bit funny. I have to reprogram that if it lets me. 1 second. I don't know whether that made much difference. It's because I'm moving around. It's fine. Let's not worry about it. Yes. So Cotton Reboot is available on the Switch store. We're not sponsored or anything, but you know, out of It's a very good game. There's a lot of shmups out there, and this is one of the better ones in recent times. How's it compared to Razion Ex? Razion Ex is a completely different kind of game. That one is tougher. That one requires much more concentration. Well, this does require some. This one's more accessible, I think. It's a prettier looking game. There you go, that's another special move she's got. Obviously because they're sorceresses. Witches! Speaking of which, got some cave games now. Mushihime Sama, go and get that now. That's just come out also, or it's ported, but it originally came out in the arcades and the noughties. And I've got it on 360 and it's one of the best shoot 'em ups ever. It's a cave game, aka bullet hell. Yeah, it's just really well done. I mean, I could play some Mushi on here at some point. I've reviewed it, the reviews on here. I think I've done a secondary review because I reviewed it for the PS2 and then I got it on 360 and now I have it on Switch. It is that good. Playing Cotton, but not as Cotton. Mushihime Sama. Yes, so they're also releasing some more cave games. Well, not releasing more, they're porting more. We're getting Death Smiles 1 and 2, which are also witchy looking games. Really good games. Again, those are also horizontal shmups. Mushihime Sama is vertical. We're also getting Escaluda 2, which is alright. And Dodonpachi Daifukatsu, a bit more hardcore. Warning. Good lord, it is warm tonight. Can I get that? Yeah. Ah, claw got me. Ha! Took that. Here's when he sticks her sword out. Nearly got it. Got it. I mean, a tip for the game is save all your specials for the boss unless you're in a tight spot, because you just slam through the boss fairly easily. Except for the last boss, which is incredibly difficult. Well, to 1cc anyway. Apologies about the chroma key. Oh, is that the chroma key? No, her bar's green. I keep thinking the chrome has gone funny. Oh, this is a really good stage, this one. A lot of fun. Music's good as well, I recall. Yeah, so keep your eye out. The thing is, those Switch games, those cave games, at the moment, as far as I'm aware, are only coming out on Switch. And Switch is always, at the moment, is probably the strongest contender for shoot 'em ups. And there are a couple that are on PlayStation and Xbox that you can't get on Switch, but it's becoming a really strong, like, it's right up there. And getting cave is a very big move in the world of shoot 'em ups. Whether that's a timed license thing, and it'll eventually make its way onto the other consoles, because I'd have thought Cave would want to make money out of it, or whether they've specifically got a contract with Nintendo only. And if that's so, Nintendo have done a very good job being very clever. So at the moment, yes, they'll come out on the Japanese Switch store first, most likely. Actually, they all released at the same time, Mushihime-sama. It came off the EU store for a little bit because licensing issues, but it's back on there now. So hopefully won't have the same with Daifukatsu and Escaluda 2. Escaluda 2 is a spiritual sort of prequel slash sequel to Esperade, another cave game. And I don't think Escaluda's quite as good actually. It looks so much better because Escaluda 2 is one of the later cave games before they stopped bringing them out into the arcade. Or the batch that we're aware of. So it looks great, plays well. It's good 2-player actually, 2-player co-op. Difficult bit. But it's, I don't think it's as good as Daifukatsu, which is Dodonpachi Resurrection in Europe, and oh, this dragon's pretty cool. And Mushihime-sama. Those two are definitely better than Escaluda 2. Mushihime-sama's really unique. I mean, a lot of the cave games were compared to a lot of shmups. Ugh! He nearly got hit by the dragon. Shoot the head. Nearly got it. Here comes the big one. That's right, I thought it was going to smack me, didn't it? Got it. Tea time! Right, we'll do it. I'm going to run out of lives, I'll run out of lives, because I've had a few. It's only because I'm streaming, I'm adding a couple. Oh yeah, the little heart is the hitbox. So if that gets hit by a bullet, obviously you lose a life. Lose a life. Maybe we can stream some G-Darius HD. Maybe I should get that on PS5 because that seems to be smoother. The thing is, a lot of the best games seem to be on Switch for shmups and things like that. It's just a shame not being able to do it so much on Switch. God damn you, OBS. Although in fairness, it might be the damage done to the Mac. Showed you, sir. I mean, good thing with Apply. You see her shot goes round the back before it fires forwards. So you can move backwards into creatures and things behind you. Whereas I don't think Cotton's does that. Or not in the same way. Crabs! There's a lot of shmups this year with crabs in it, oddly enough. Darius, G-Darius, HD, Darius Gaiden. I mean, there's a level of toughness to Cotton. I mean, I've played this way more than I played Razion Ex. Not that I've played it for a while, but... yeah, points in this game are to eat you alive. Those things you can't kill, you can only break them down. So you have to charge past it. Oh, didn't see the bottle. I'm wasting some of the specials here. Ah. yeah, you can use the crystals like that to power. Those little things in the jar power up your familiar. So the hat for Appley, and silk for cotton. Dot cotton. Oh, sugar. Yeah, they got moffed. Oh, fudging got me. Right, that's our last continue. Stage 5 boss Cyclops. It would be cool to play G Darius HD. Problem is I won't be any good at that because I've not played that for a long time, and that is a tough game. Take that. But it makes sense to do Razion Ex and Cotton because they've both recently been released in Europe. Oh, you bastard! Gotcha! Tea time. It's so warm today, isn't it? Gosh. What's the time? 9 o'clock. Wasted an hour and a half pissing around with OBS. Oh, it's my favourite level. My favourite stage. I think both Silk and the hat have a really wide spread shot, especially Silk, I think. So if you're hoping to stick with a cotton-based character, but you want a wider spread shot, maybe Silk's the choice for you. Ah, bugger. Watch out for dragons. I can't see the bottom of the screen. Don't go down there. Fudge. Just clear the way. This is my favourite level and I can't remember it at all. Ah. Awful, awful, awful. I did it again. Backed into the sodding bullet. What's this? I can't remember this boss. What stage boss? Ah, I wasted the dragon. Oh, got that one. It got me like that one did. Gosh. Nearly out of lives I must be. Sodding thing. That was only a mid-level boss as well. Much better, there we go. Again, it's the concentration, isn't it? As soon as you talk a load, it starts to lose it. Oh yeah, the little line things. Ugh, they come from behind. Ah, I said it and it still got me. Brilliant. Oh, apologies if you hear a dog barking. It's not actually our response. Anyway, Thanks for joining me. That was Razion Ex and Cotton Reboot on the Nintendo Switch. Like, share, subscribe. Sliderside.com/shoot-you-sir for Shoot You Sir. The issues we're about to get. Where are we in the month? July, August. Start of August, there's another issue coming out, and I will see you again soon.